Hi, my name is Ed Cowell, and our company is Sports Engineering, products for injury mitigation, health, and well-being. Introducing Smart Springs. That's legal, and I'm going to play our video to start. And just watch the video, please. Hi, my name is Ed Cowell, and I'm CEO of Sports Engineering. Sports Engineering is a private company dedicated to the development and commercialization of performance-enhancing, injury-preventative athletic footwear components, sports equipment, and products for health and well-being. We've licensed the worldwide rights from Worcester Polytech Institute. The SEI model is to license, further develop, and subsequently sub-license to major brands and distributors. Our first target market is athletic footwear. The problem: excessive ground reaction forces transmitted through footwear can cause significant injuries to knees and ankles. Conventional athletic shoes are primarily designed for vertical cushioning. What we do is we also have built in the horizontal. Nobody's ever done that. No one's been able to combine the vertical with horizontal. This is our main patent. Two opposing surfaces work in concert with one another while being managed with nonlinear springs. We've had testing at a biomechanics lab and other places, but the key is decrease in ground reaction force compared to controls, no effect on performance. I'll say it again. Decrease in ground reaction force compared to controls, no effect on performance. Applications: footwear for court and field sports, basketball, football, soccer, running, lacrosse, baseball. We have additional uses all the way to flooring for surfaces. The shoe industry has an insatiable appetite for new concepts and new technologies. Total athlete optimization, well-being, and injury prevention are trending. The split sole and smart spring can be applied to all shoes. SEI has an opportunity to create a branded component like Intel Inside, Vortex, and consumer awareness and demand for our technology. During 2021, SEI has accomplished the following. We've signed 2 product development agreements with single category brands and 2 NDAs with well-known athletic footwear brands. Very importantly, we've entered into a research and development agreement with Hospital for Special Surgery in New York, America's foremost authority on orthopedic management, and they agree that SEI technology is unique, innovative, and game-changing. SEI and HSS are actually collaborating on several fronts to bring this technology to the market. Collaboration, research, development, commercialization efforts related to sports safety and injury reduction. Joint marketing, this is our company with a multi-billion-dollar hospital. Joint marketing related to consumer and or orthopedic products, which may include leveraging the HSS brand and professional athlete endorsements. collaborative engagement of athletic shoe market leaders for licensing and commercialization of HSS SCI jointly developed technologies. And one of our shareholders is Joe Theismann, former quarterback for the Redskins, and he's been a really big supporter and believes very much in this. Investment to date, $2 million from principals, friends, and family over 3 years. Is 24 million shares outstanding. 2022 Q2 funding round that we're in right now is $1 million. SCI plans to license 2 footwear programs in 2022 and enter into development contracts with at least 3 global athletic footwear brands. This would generate revenue from development agreements and then royalties upon sales. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how to work it. We have a relationship with Daniel Richard Design in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They're leading footwear engineers and developers, and they've been working with us probably for 3 years. And that's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed, and I appreciate you starting us off with a bang. Couple of questions here. First one being, with your company, can you talk about, I've seen on the offering page some of the very unique partnerships. Can you please talk about them?
Well, again, the HSS Hospital Special Surgery is, to us, it's gold. I can't tell you the amount of footwear companies that have tried to get in there and work with them. We work with the head of the biomechanics lab, and we're working with some of their physicians, orthopedics. The doctor for the New York Knicks is working very closely with us, and they believe that what we have done with our springs and our split sole will be something that can prevent injuries and also make it easier for people to age, to walk, to play court sports. And these are quite a lot of things I'm saying, but their press release about 3 weeks ago pretty much said the same thing. We are working with an athletic footwear company in the cheerleading space, about a multi-billion-dollar company. This will be our first commercial product. They've asked us not to say their name because they don't want competitors to see what they're doing. But if you put the, and they have 70% of the market, if you put it all together, you can figure out who it is. But I said I wouldn't say the name. We have other brands that we're talking to that we've got NDAs with. And I think 2022 is going to be a great year.
That's exciting, Ed. And we have someone that's interested in the leader in the company and yourself and wants to hear more about your background and what led you to this business.
Sure. Originally, I was in the brokerage business, and then my clients were investing in companies, and I had a pretty sizable group. So I went off on my own and I started looking for companies to invest with an investment group. I've been doing this a lot of years, and the last 20, I have worked with universities and taking their technologies and commercializing them. We work very closely with Worcester Polytech. This is technology from their engineering department. We formed a company 5 years ago, March 2017, and licensed the technology into sports engineering. And that's my background, really, is a lot of licensing university technologies.
Appreciate that, Ed, and thank you so much for the presentation. Before we move on, I just want to welcome everyone. My name is Thomas Smith. I'm the head of business development at Netcapital. And today with us for our Netcapital March demo day, I'm personally thrilled to have 4 very exciting companies. You heard from one of them, Sports Engineering, and you're going to be hearing from the following 3 throughout this demo day. We have Nebulae, Unlocked Reality, and Live Masterminds. Just as a reminder, as always, each of these companies is actively raising capital on netcapital.com. So after the demo, I encourage everyone who is live with us to please view their offerings to learn more about these exciting companies. We've already started, so we must have a couple of people that are familiar with the sequence here. I love that everyone is using the Q&A to interact. Please do so instead of the chat. It will come directly to me and personally helps keep me a bit more organized. And Ed, thank you again. Ed is the CEO and founder of Sports Engineering. We appreciate the presentation. And up next, we have Unlocked Reality. We have Akash, who is the founder and CEO, as well as Steve, who's an advisor to the company. Akash, take it away.
Will do. Let me get my presentation up here. In the meantime, like you were just saying, hi, everybody. I'm Akash Belpati, founder and CEO of Unlocked Reality, Inc. And Steve is looking around in the background. So if you guys do have any questions, again, do send them in the Q&A. But if you do put something in the chat that you just, might not be a question, might not be, may or may not be, Steve's going to be looking for those as well. Yeah, I'll tell you all about what we do at Unlocked Reality. So Unlocked Reality, we're a virtual reality hardware accessories startup. We are making solutions that basically headsets don't, for problems that headsets don't solve. And what we're currently working on is making virtual reality movement natural and fluid. So there we go. Give me a moment. There we go. Right now, the real problem right now in VR is that VR is an infinitely digitally generated space, but it's grounded, it's limited by the physical space that you use a VR headset in. So regardless of what size VR, what experiences you have in VR, it's still limited by the 4 square walls that you use it in. And that's really what we're one of the biggest problems we're trying to solve is a lot of people have been trying to make solutions for this space. They're treadmills, omnidirectional treadmills, they're omnidirectional slide mills, trackers, a lot of gimmicky solutions. And the thing is, most VR, even without those solutions, most VR users today experience loss of immersion, unnatural movement, bumping into things. They don't need anything more to make their movement more unnatural. And the thing is, most people today don't even have control over their own movement, other than just moving around in the physical space they have. So that's where we are trying to allow the body to follow where the mind wanders. And how we're really doing that is by going it from a sensory perspective, by really just, first of all, giving back to people that use VR, giving you guys back your vestibular sense and proprioceptive senses to actually know and feel where you are in the physical space so that you can much more easily translate that to VR. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but what that really means is what we're doing is we're providing a hardware solution via a treadmill-like platform that actually allows you to move naturally and untethered, unlike any other solution out there. So I know there's a lot going on the screen, but the little video that you're seeing, or the GIF that you're seeing, is a version, a concept version that we want to be able to launch in a couple of years. But this extremely easily shows you what exactly we have been able to make. Is we have a patent pending methodology of dynamically reducing friction, which is unlike any other system out there, which is what makes us special. And in implementing that solution with our upcoming product, as well as this version that you're seeing right now in the future, is what makes us different. So again, essentially what we're making is a omnidirectional platform / treadmill that allows you to move naturally and untethered in virtual space. And and without allowing you to displace yourself, so staying in one place essentially on the platform. And when talking about this sort of solution, when we compare ourselves to any of the other competition, so like I was telling you, the treadmills and side mills that exist on the market, we're clearly the bread. We win in every single category. And why really we're reaching out to you guys today is that a lot of these other people have seen success in getting funding, and but unfortunately, for their funding, they're not getting, the best product. Whereas in our case, we're making a product that easily outclasses our competition. And to talk about the market really quick of who exactly is using it, is the thing is the VR market is exploded in the last few years. It's grown insanely large. The number of VR users is, in the millions. The TAM that we're just looking at for the consumer market is already in the billions, and that's just part of the segments that we want to attack. So far, what we've been able to do in our time as being existent as a company is in a little over a year that we've been around, is we've been able to accomplish several prototypes of our maglev version, as well as several prototypes of our economically friendly priced version that we plan on launching later this year. And some larger traction that we've been able to achieve is that we were nominated for Rising VR Company of the Year last year. And already, if you check our fundraising page on Netcapital, we've raised over $100,000. So a lot of people are really excited about what we're building and what we're going to be launching later, hopefully by the end of this year. So I keep talking about the end of this year, because like I said, we're planning on launching our ball transfer unit version, which is a mechanical version of our maglev-based product, but it utilizes the same methodology. So what's important is it works different, but implements the same thing. So it'll end up achieving the same effect. And as we go forward, when we actually go to the market, we're going to be largely focusing on the enterprise verticals that want to use our product. I know in the space already, they have largely what most of the people that have been interested in our product has been from the enterprise space. So people, we've already have interest from people that are in the physical therapy space, enterprise sales training space, and many more. But we also want to make sure that this is a consumer-facing product first, so that people can have access to this technology and be able to actually move in VR naturally. But our long-term goal is to be able to go into the enterprise space. A quick example of this sort of timeline is right here, where initially we want when at the end of this year, we're planning on largely focusing on the consumer space and splitting that between the enterprise space with our first version of our product. But as we go forward, we'll transition to more into the enterprise space and transition more in supporting of our maglev product, which is a higher fidelity, higher cost product. But most importantly, why people are really excited about us is because we have a wonderful team of a lot of experienced individuals supporting this product to make sure we can get it out to market. I have a whole suite of industry experts that are advisors to us, as well as CEOs of their own companies that are advising us, as well as helping us, expand into the market. And also planning on piloting for us. A lot of them want to pilot for us, which it's very interesting. As well as we have a couple of development partners that are, extremely critical for helping us actually solve the major problems for our product. And so we have all of the critical parts of our product essentially taken care of, which is why I can largely say that we're really excited to hopefully launch by the end of this year. And so please check out our Netcapital page. I don't want to take too much longer because I know I'm going to get to talk a little bit more later. So I want to hand this mic back to Tom here.
Gosh, that was great. Thank you so much. Yeah. And, having worked with you and we've talked about your company in the past, it's just fascinating. And I love hearing with the progress that you've made since last time we spoke. Hopefully one of the questions that was asked about the team, it's answered. If not, Akash, sure, we can dive deeper into that. But next question is, Can you talk about the differentiator? You put, it says Akash, you pulled up the competitive landscape. Can you please talk about the differentiator between you and your competitors?
Of course. So I know I briefly talked about it, but the thing is, all of our competitors, they are solving this problem from the wrong angle, whereas we're solving it from the user experience based angle. Everybody else is trying to just purely solve the problem. How do I allow somebody to flop around and kind of move in one spot? We're saying people want to move, and how do we support that? And that's why our patent pending methodology matters. So because we were trying to solve it from that angle, by implementing our methodology, we're able to allow people to move completely naturally without any harnesses or safety railings or anything. And that's very important for people that are in VR, because I don't know if you've noticed, when we walk around, go for a walk outside, we're not wearing harnesses or, holding on to guardrails while walking. And that shouldn't be the experience in VR. And that's what we're doing differently.
Thanks, Akash. And I'm actually curious for this answer to hear you answer this as well. Akash, I find this idea fascinating. How did you think of this?
That's a great
I can't believe I
question.
haven't asked you that yet, but I'm just as curious to hear the answer.
Well, it's great because part of that answer is the question that you asked before. Well, and a little bit of history about myself is,
Yep.
I've been in this space, or ever since I saw the Oculus, the first DK1, 2, I've been crazy about VR. I've spent the last 10 years designing and trying to figure out, how to solve the different problems in the VR space. The last 10 years now. And honestly speaking, I wasn't planning on making a company. I was just making these designs because, I felt like somebody would eventually come up with them and, for fun. But the thing is, nobody came up with these designs. Nobody has implemented them. No one has done them. And I got tired of it because these things are very simple problems, or in my eyes, and they're pretty accessible and easily made to, for the consumer to have access to them. And largely, so that's, I guess, one part of it. The other part of it is because I'm largely from the UX world, the user experience world, and that's largely where I'm solving a lot of these problems from, is understanding how people move and how people interact with things and how people use things. And going from that angle provides you a completely different perspective when engineering solutions. And that's largely where a lot of people get things wrong when making things. And that's what we also do differently.
Thanks, Akash, and we appreciate the great work that you've done with your company, and looking forward to seeing what's in store in 2022.
Glad to share. Feel free to drop more questions. I'm I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a reminder, if folks want to get in touch with Akash or Steve, you can reach out to them via their offering page on their discussion board, and they're pretty accessible and very active, which we love. Thanks, Akash. Next up, we have the exciting company Nebulae. It is my pleasure to have Renato, who's the COO, Efron, who's the CTO, and Stefano, CIO, joining us today. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning. Hey, Thomas.
Good to see you again.
Same. Excited to be here with great companies today.
Give me a second here. There we go.
Are we ready to share?
Yep, Renato, the floor is yours.
Okay, great. So let me get started. Please let me know if you guys see the screen.
We don't see the presentation yet.
Okay, 1 second.
And I will be covering the chat. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat.
Okay. So let me get rid of this one.
Great. All set, Renato. Thank you.
All right, cool. Perfect. So let's get going. All right, so welcome everybody. We are Nebula. We're a Miami-based company, and we're excited to be here with you today to present our company. Nebula is a decentralized solutions and talent marketplace, a blockchain marketplace that is going to disrupt the way that organizations transact technology solutions and talent. So let me start with the team. Our CEO is based out of Spain, has a lot of experience building ecosystems. He actually helped to launch the Windows 7 phone for Microsoft in Europe and has had experience with companies such as AT&T, Nokia, and has done executive courses at MIT and teaching today digital transformation as well. Stefano, who's here right now. Stefano, do you mind doing a quick intro?
Hi, nice to meet you guys. I've been in the field of technology for 36 years, working for the largest companies in this field, starting with Capgemini, Verizon, Bell Labs Innovation, and Digital Equipment Corporation. My passion is technology, and thank you very much for this opportunity. Go ahead, Renato.
Okay, great. Thanks, Stefano. And myself, I'm the co-founder of Nebula, along with Stefano and Raul. I have been in the technology industry for over 15 years, working in big tech companies such as Microsoft, NetApp, and among other companies. Today, I'm also the open source lead at Microsoft. I handle a $150 million business. And my role at Microsoft is to build open source ecosystems with developers as well. A lot of experience with project management, program management, and cloud computing, and have been a blockchain enthusiast for the past 5 years, and have been advising startups in the Miami ecosystem, which is exponentially growing today. And then we have Raul, our other co-founder. He's a blockchain security and governance officer. He used to work at EY as a cybersecurity auditor and has been in the technology industry as well for over 15 years. Also a crypto investor. And then we have our advisors, Efrain. I don't know if you want to chime in super quick on your experience.
Yes, hi. Hello, everyone. Just briefly, 25 years experience across financial services. I'm CFO for Nebula. Experience across insurance with AIG, wealth management investments with Citibank, and investment banking with Merrill Lynch. They have done that globally as well, 15 years, half of it in London, half of it in Brazil. I'm excited to be here with you all. And if you have any questions, please let us know.
All right, beautiful. Thanks, Efrain. Then we have Raja, blockchain advisor for us. He's a PhD in computer science from University of Aberdeen, one of the first people to write a white paper around how to use blockchain for decentralized government tendering. And this is one of our key advisors that's been helping us to build the blockchain architecture we're presenting to you today in the blockchain marketplace. Giovanni is our marketing advisor. He has experience in computer engineering, and as well as information technology and marketing. He's a digital marketing manager at Related, which is one of the biggest construction firms in Miami and actually in the United States. Jordan is our business development advisor, experience with large corporations and startups, and he's leading all the sales efforts for us, based out of Miami as well. Ken Campbell, 20 plus years of experience in Silicon Valley, working in real estate as well, and really well connected in the investment world. Michael Branco is our recently joined advisor, more than 25 years of experience, successful launch of multiple startups, and has actually been helping us to expand the ecosystem to other jurisdictions. And Michael has a lot of experience as well in the technology world, helping organizations to take their startups to the next level. So that's our team, a really strong team with a lot of experience, everybody coming from the technology ecosystem. And this is kind of like how we've been able to get so much attention in the company. So let me start with whoever doesn't, I guess, for the people that may be not so familiar with blockchain, let me start with this, which is blockchain is as significant now as the internet was 25 years ago. Really, blockchain is going to be the foundation of what people are calling Web3, the next generation of the internet. And our marketplace will be basically the marketplace that will be used by organizations to be able to transact technology solutions and talent. Blockchain is the foundation for our marketplace, and you will see how that plays a role for us. So Nebula is a marketplace, like I was saying, a marketplace that combines the ability for an organization to transact talent. So think about developers, UI designers, quality assurance engineers, AI engineers, data scientists, and things like that. Then you have the companies looking for the talent, as well as you have the solution providers, which are technology firms such as system integrators, independent software vendors, or startups that want to offer their services on the Nebulite marketplace. And then investors that will provide funding to accelerate the digital transformation projects for the companies or the solution providers that may want to build IP on top of the Nebulite platform. The glue for all these interactions is really the smart contract technology that we have. The smart contract technology is going to allow all these organizations to transact without an intermediation. And this is game changing because today there is no existing marketplace for technology agnostic solutions. So today what we're going to propose to you guys is basically having this marketplace that would allow organizations to transact seamlessly on this platform. So the product is the Nebulite marketplace, basically having the ability to, for an organization, a Fortune 500 organization, to tap into technology solutions directly on the marketplace without intermediation through a smart contract, which handles basically the smart contract handles the payments, basically the agreement between the two parties and how you will resolve for any disputes that may happen in the transaction. And then the ability as well to tap into talent, talent that may be used to build a solution or a product. This is how the Nebulite marketplace will help you as an organization to accelerate a new digital transformation project through the marketplace. So in regards to the competition, when we look at competition, we really are looking at multiple areas here. So on the vertical axis, you have solutions marketplaces and talent marketplaces. On the horizontal axis, you have centralized marketplaces and decentralized marketplaces. Here we look at, on the top left, traditional centralized solutions marketplaces from the technology distributors and other companies doing RFP marketplaces. Then at the bottom left, you have the talent marketplaces, so Upwork, Fiverr, and those are centralized marketplaces because they're owned and handled and operated specifically by those companies. Then you have companies such as Hive, Decentralized Autonomous Marketplace, which is a blockchain-based company out of Europe that is building a talent marketplace using blockchain technologies, decentralizing the way that talent can engage with companies. And Nebulite Marketplace is really a solutions and talent marketplace. So why we're solutions and talent? So a lot of people ask us, hey, how are you guys like similar to Upwork and Fiverr? And the main difference for us is that Upwork and Fiverr consider talent as their product. For us, the talent is not our product. We don't make money on the talent. Really, the talent is the asset that is needed to be able to build solutions. So we're primarily a solutions marketplace, and that's the main difference. We're not gonna make the 20% fees that Upwork is charging to the talent on the Nebulite marketplace. Our fee is gonna be less than 3%. And really the way we monetize the marketplace is through other revenue streams that you will see in a little bit. In the Nebulite marketplace, also think about it as a way to create a fair engagement for the talent to be able to join a technology ecosystem. So the business model for us is really what I was mentioning before, right? Bringing in an ecosystem platform through blockchain technologies, all these players, right? The companies looking to find the best technology solutions and the best talent and being able to tap into additional investment funnels through decentralized finance, which is basically getting a loan without a bank. Talent being able to join the marketplace to be able to offer their skills, be contracted directly without intermediation, without high fees on the marketplace, without having to deal with all the complexity that goes behind like contracting in other platforms through the Nebulite marketplace. Then solution providers being able to tap into a marketplace where they can offer their services across multiple industries, companies from anywhere in the world, being able to transact seamlessly through smart contracts without intermediation, without all these high fees, and being able to work with other providers to develop new IP. And then for investors, an opportunity to tap into the new startups and new IP, being able to provide funding for companies looking to develop new digital transformation products and get a yield revenue share from all the transactions. And then that's how we make money on the Nebulite marketplace. Really is about the transaction fees initially, intellectual property, basically how we are gonna be able to use the data that is gonna collect through the marketplace so that we can develop IP that may be needed for the ecosystem, right? So like if a company needs to develop a specific technology and we see that the technology is not being provided by the solution providers, the talent, we can basically work on develop that technology using the same ecosystem that we're proposing to the customers. Then added services, so additional services such as integration services and project services for customers that may be looking to get more guidance on how to transform their organizations. And premium subscriptions, basically adding different levels of access to the data that will be collected through the marketplace for specific needs. For example, if a solution provider wanted to get kind of like insights into what are the buy-in cycles, how much demand there is for a specific technology in which markets, when the customers transact, what projects are not completed successfully, for what reasons, things like that. We were going to be able to add those premium subscriptions and get some more revenue streams through that. So
Renato, we have about
Yes.
30 seconds and then we have to start answering some questions.
Okay, great. So just to wrap it up, the marketplace use cases are mainly for us, the go-to-market is going to be blockchain. So we're talking to a $60 billion blockchain company already to be able to use this marketplace as the central way for them to transact. And then other ones, artificial intelligence, Industry 4.0, and cybersecurity. As far as alliances, you have some on the screen, and those are core to the marketplace, more than 55 that have presented interest in joining the platform, and already some of them that we have closed in agreements. So with that, I'll wrap it up. So back to you guys. Thank you.
Renato, thank you. And I think your presentation and the way you speak about the company, people can hear your conviction and how passionate you are. So I think the question that came in is very appropriate. We had a few, but we have time for one. So apologize that I had to choose one. In 2022, what are you and your team most excited about Nebula?
Yeah, 2022 is going to be really the year where towards the end of 22, we're going to have the platform ready to go live and already working on getting those early adopters to be able to start getting them onboarded in the platform. On top of that, I think for us, it will be a year where we're going to be able to accelerate the ability to tap into the existing talent that we want to bring into the platform, such as blockchain developers and talent from the blockchain ecosystem that is still not untapped today, because everybody is like working on their silos. So a lot of blockchain companies are having a hard time to find the technology talent and allow this talent to transact using smart contracts for all the blockchain projects that are being developed today. So yeah, we're excited about that, and of course keep growing as a company. So thanks for the question.
Thanks, Renato, and we appreciate the presentation. Before we move on to live masterminds and welcome in Raju and Trish, just another reminder to folks that are listening now and also folks that will be listening to this recording, you can go to netcapital.com right now and explore any one of these exciting companies that are raising capital today. And we have, last but certainly not least, two folks who I've had the pleasure of working with, Raju and Trisha from Live Masterminds. Why don't you come on in here and tell folks about your company?
Wonderful. It's great to see you again, Tom. I'm going to begin and Raju will follow it up. I want to take a moment and invite everybody present to just reflect back on where they were this time 2 years ago. What were you in the middle of in March 2022? Sorry, 2020. And for me and Raju, we happened to be in India on March 22nd, 2020. That was the day that the Indian government instituted a lockdown and commercial travel in and out of the country was halted. Well, we couldn't leave before that because we were quarantined. You see, we had arrived 9 days before with the plan to hold live mastermind events for entrepreneurs and business owners in 3 different cities in India. And while within days, it became apparent to us that that would not be happening, we decided to transition to live virtual events via Zoom for free. So the first of 10 that we hosted was on March 22nd. So that was 2 years ago. And eventually we were evacuated by US government sponsored flight on April 4th. And we came back here with a membership subscription-based model with our first clients, who are these Indian entrepreneurs. Well, weeks and months turned into more months, and we saw many of our friends and colleagues and potential clients losing their jobs, whether they were getting furloughed or laid off. And we kept attracting people who wanted to talk to us about making the leap from being a corporate leader or a successful employee at a job that they've had, but now they had no job really, but all the time in the world to entertain their passions and to figure out if this was something they could monetize. So within a few months, Raju and I launched our first coaching programs and saw many of our clients actually make that leap from employee to entrepreneur. This went on through 2020. And as many of you know, Tom, when we spoke last year in June, I don't think that the term the Great Resignation had already come out yet. No. So, you know, in 2021, we saw a monthly average of nearly 4 million workers quitting their jobs. And we saw that those numbers exceed by the time it was November and December, compared to just 3.5 million per month on average prior to COVID. And if you think about 2009, just a year after the global financial meltdown, it was only 1.75 million. So everybody has ideas, economists, employers, they're all trying to figure out why this is the case. And, you know, we're all, I think, familiar with the millennials' way of thinking about working and jobs. And, you know, Raju and I really believe this is a part of the awakening of the consciousness of human evolution. So with all the barriers breaking down because of free and cheap technology, individuals are now within the grasp of taking their power back. And more people are awakening to the fact that they can tap into who they are, how unique and gifted they are, and be able to harness that expression and showcase it globally. So there's really never been more, you know, there's never been more possible for more people until now. And so we're here to offer you the opportunity to invest in a company that transforms the way that coaches in particular and new entrepreneurs launch their businesses. So Raju.
Yeah, so Tom, we're breaking a mold here because we didn't want to go through the presentation, so we want to show you our passion to see what this is about for us.
Oh, this is great. We, you know, folks,
I just want to let you know,
like to hear it equally as much as from the founder's mouth. So this is great.
So I did go ahead and post our link that has the video, which is quite nice. If I should say so myself, I think it's great, 6 minutes. And then there was a deck down below for those who want to go through everything. Anyway, so Live Masterminds, what we've created as a platform is a global multi-sided marketplace platform, which is designed to connect, direct, and empower coaches, as Tricia said, to launch their businesses really fearlessly. We know that you know, a platform allows the transition from employee to entrepreneur, as was just mentioned, to link them with other coaches, prospect clients, resources, support services, which are all needed to ensure success of any business launch, right? So think of this platform that we're building as the bridge that connects the fear of stepping into something new that some of these would-be entrepreneurs want to do, break away from their jobs, to finding true expression. So we provide them with a ready solution, tools that light that fire that would expose their courses, programs, whatever they're working on, to launch a successful business that is unique to their talents and their coaching abilities. So their entrepreneurial journey really begins with our tech platform, is the way we visualize this, and ends with the exponential growth that they experience in their own successful business launches, you know, which are service-based, right? So Tricia and I are the two founders, leadership team here with 60 years of experience. You know, we both work in corporate, 35 years plus for me, Tricia, 20 plus years. So we got to really, when we launched our business 2 years ago that Tricia talked about, we got to 6-figure revenues within just 4 months of launching. And we want our clients, you know, in the spirit of inclusion, to really know that they can do this too. So what living through COVID has made us all aware over the past 2 years is that the world and potential opportunities in the world are now accessible to anyone, anywhere from the comfort of their homes. According to PwC, this is all in our deck, by the way, the coaching industry is the second fastest growing sector in the world. And our technology platform will guide our clients' business to create years of sustained revenue for them. And the solution that we have is very simple and easy. We provide a plug and play infrastructure which allows them access to reliable resources to create their unique expression, as we said, in the form of a business. Our interface is easy to use. We'll educate them through our marketplace platform, how to support and scale their business through our affiliate partnerships, through collaborations with other coaches in various niches around the world. Our purpose and passion, Trisha and mine, is really to unite coaches with other coaches, other clients, resources, using technology and support services so that, they get off to a successful launch. And we're here to ensure that their business goals are not just met, but far exceeded, and they thrive in an abundant world. So I want to leave the one last line. A lot of stuff has been talked about in terms of platform building and blockchain, et cetera. So our actual mission is our platform is designed to move towards a decentralized world that allows coaches and other entrepreneurs to thrive through collaboration and openness in an abundant world.
Raju, I think
That's it. Ready
that's a
for
great way
questions?
to end the presentation. I want to parse two questions together. First part of the question that we have here is you were in India, then had to shift the business online. In 2022, are there going to be live events, or are you going to strictly be online?
Funny you should say that. Trisha, you want me to go first? And you can
Sure,
add?
go for it.
So we've been actually going through this whole strategy of 2022 because 2020 was a year unto itself, and then 2021, gave us even more aspects of how we just remain uncertain and don't, we're just getting used to a new way of life. So going back to how we launch live masterminds, because that was our idea, is to do live masterminds, and we were live, it's just that we were virtual. Now we want to come back to really passionately come back and do these events that we've been so eagerly wanting to do. So I think that clearly the plan is to do at least a couple of those this year.
Yes, and actually we are, in addition to just, multiple day events, we're also planning immersive experiences such as retreats, also for those people who really see the value in removing themselves from their day-to-day context to be able to access that creativity, to hear their intuition, really to be able to navigate through all of the uncertainties that we're now getting used to.
No, that's exciting. And for me personally, exciting to hear, because I know when we last spoke and we had your webinar, we weren't sure when that time was going to come. So what an update. Extremely exciting. So to parlay off that, the second piece to that is founders, Trisha and Raju, what are you most excited about for this year?
You go first, Trisha.
Wow, there's so much to share there. In a nutshell, Raju and I have spent the last year really sharpening the saw. We have really gone deeper into our own work. I'm really proud to say that we walk the talk when it comes to doing this work, right? And, coaches have coaches. That's why this platform is so important, because when you engage with personal development and when you start to make it a habit to overcome your own limitations, you get used to it. And you certainly don't stop at the next obstacle. And so, coaches realize that actually there is nothing insurmountable. And, what we are in the business of doing, Tom, is we are in the business of helping individuals realize that they are the source of the one thought that can change their lives forever. So, man, I can't think of a better time than today to be able to turn that truth, because it's actually truth, into something that is accessible to more and more people all over the world.
Well, I'm going to second that if you want me to add something
Yeah,
there. But
yeah, please
so
do.
truly, we're really living the talk, as Tricia says. And for me personally, it's been a major year of transition. I moved out from New York to South Carolina, where I am now, and I got COVID and all those things that we went through. But just that when you are faced with that hurdle, you realize that hurdle is your path to the next growth. So, truly people who stand in their own way, I mean, that's who we are. We always stand in our own way to stunt our own growth. And we just help people get out of their own way to help make the progress. And now with the encompassing, we have a goal of 50,000 coaches on our platform, in 5 years. And that's why we're raising this capital, because it's really a build out of the infrastructure and the user interface. That's the key to making this successful.
Right, because really, in a nutshell, all we're doing here is providing a platform for more people who want to leave that world as an employee to become entrepreneurs. So it's really an exciting purpose to be a part of. And everybody here on this panel today, we've all had to face ourselves, our own doubts, our own worries, our own limitations. And we're here because we've been able to overcome those. Well, guess what? The more opportunities show up, the louder some of those limitations, fears, and worries become too. And so really, we're in the business of helping people realize that everything they need is within them. And we just really all collectively get to learn how to access that. And the platform provides a community to be able to go further, faster, and achieve whatever your vision is, that is a unique expression of you and your life thus far.
Well, I think it's wonderful what you both are doing. I know I've told you that before, but I want to say it on camera. And so we have a couple minutes left here, and we're going to go reverse order. So we're going to start with you, Tricia, and you, Raju. 1 to 2 minutes, why folks should visit netcapital.com and consider investing in your company.
Raju, you want to take that?
Sure. As investors, we know the cardinal rule of investing is that you want to get in the ground floor of a company, which is in itself in a sunrise industry. So you want, there's every industry has a sunrise and a plateau, and then it trails off, as we know from history. So this is where this industry is. If coaching, is the second largest, fastest growing for a reason, because it's just begun. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 2018, I think the estimated personal growth industry, and we're not talking about all learning and development because that's different, was about 360 million, and within 2 years, it went to 3 billion. And there are no estimates for what this addressable market really is, because it's really growing, and people are no longer just using coaching for athletes and C-level people who think they need coaching. Everyone is begun to realize and recognize that coaching is a game changer, because you, as one of my mentors says, you're taking decades into days, sometimes just weeks, to grow exponentially, and that's why we believe that this is a time to come in and invest in it.
Thank you, Raju. Renato, I'd like to ask the question to you next. Renato from Nebulae. Why should someone visit netcapital.com and consider investing in your business?
Thank you. That's a great question. So for us, really, Nebula is the first marketplace that's going to bring accessibility to technology solutions that are technology agnostic and high technology talent through smart contracts. It's a $17 trillion opportunity, and we're uniquely positioned based on our expertise from the team and the founders and the advisors team that have heavy experience in the technology ecosystem to bring those strategic companies that can be onboarded in the platform and create this momentum that we're driving today. So I invite everybody to go to our Netcapital offering, visit nebulae.com for more information, and excited to present this opportunity to you guys.
Renato, thank you so much. Akash, founder and CEO of Unlocked Reality. Why should folks visit netcapital.com and the Unlocked Reality offering page and consider investing in your business?
Great question. Just like for everybody else. For VR specifically, we've seen the incredible growth in just a few years. And with the pivot, the large pivot, just like with the increased use of blockchain, I'm just gonna quickly throw in the word metaverse, because we already know that's on the horizon, and maybe not the form that we all think it is today, but it will be there. Web3 is coming, the internet's coming, and VR has its place as the connector between there and now, and it's slowly fermenting its place into society. All large companies are already investing in VR technology. For example, some of the people that are already interested in piloting our tech are already trying to implement VR into their day-to-day use, or if not already are VR companies. And they already all are seeing the limitations of where VR headsets can take them. And that's what, where we come in and say, this is the solution to allow you to literally take the next step in VR, to allow you to actually move naturally and experience VR like reality. And the the number of people that are using VR and the number of people that will be using VR is only growing. And the number in correlation, the number of people that will be using our product and have use for our product is only growing. And we're not even the first company to make this kind of new product. That's the craziest thing, is we're making a new version of this product that's magnitudes times better than what already exists. So taking already an existing need and actually solving the problem is what we're doing. And for that reason specifically, this is the perfect time for us to be making this product, as well as for you to invest in a growing, usually probably growing company like ours.
Thank you, Akash. Really appreciate it. And Ed, you kicked us off. Ed, founder and CEO of Sports Engineering. If you could bring us home, that would be great.
Okay, I'll do my best. Reasons to invest in SCI: low overhead. We've spent $2 million in the last 5 years, some of it our own money. We believe we have done with 40 engineering students, graduates, and professors from Worcester Polytech what 500 engineers, designers, product developers at Nike could not do. We have a commercial product. We're entering a $100 billion market, and there's been no new technology in the footwear industry for many years. Thank you for your time.
Ed, thank you so much. And just want to thank everyone for joining us today. I would like to thank our panelists as well as all those who attended. And lastly, I will say this again: if you are interested in these exciting companies, please visit netcapital.com. All their offering pages are accessible, and you are able to invest if you choose to do so. Guys, this has been a wonderful experience. Really appreciate everyone taking the time. I know how busy each of you are, being founders and executives of your companies, and we really appreciate you taking the time to join, as well as everyone who tuned in. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you back, everyone back here soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.
So much. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Bye, guys. Good luck.